As you all know, today was a very eventful day. December 12th, the Game Awards will be airing. The Game Awards will be the Game Awards will be airing. And we got to talk about the Game of the Year nominees. Because one of these over here somewhere, this one right here, is unlike the others. Oh yeah, baby. Shadow of the Erdtree, nominated 4 times for distinct awards at the Game Awards 2024. A downloadable content, an expansion to an already fantastic, well-reviewed, Game of the Year winning video game from 2022. I am confounded. Let's rewind a little bit, right? In past years, we have never seen an expansion be held to this standard before. We have had, of course, expansions talked about in ongoing games or other things like that, right? But never like this. Never in a major category like Game of the Year or, what was it? Game Direction, which is insane to think about. So it makes me wonder what the heck, what happened? But despite of all that, despite of how Jeff and From Software feels and all of that stuff, right? Because we're all going to assume that Jeff Keighley is in love with From Software. We're going to assume that Jeff Keighley is a Miyazaki lover and glazer. But let's not get that far, right? Let's talk about why I think that Shadow of the Erdtree should not be here. And this is not a hot take. I think most people are going to agree with me. But I just want to touch on 2 major subjects. And this shit is so serious. So serious. I got a fucking notebook. Oh, you can't even see it because of the green screen. But I got a ghost notebook here. It's green. But the green screen is deleting. It's a fucking ghost notebook. Anyway, I have a notebook here with a very serious term. And I'm going to write it down because this needs to be on paper. Okay? This is the first reason as to why I don't think Shadow of the Erdtree should be in the Game of the Year nomination. See that shit? What did that say? It says game. A full-ass game. And yes, people will argue that Shadow of the Erdtree has a full game's content. And I don't disagree, my friends. I do agree that Shadow of the Erdtree is full. It's a fully loaded baked potato with cream cheese, not cream cheese, sour cream, chives, and some cheddar cheese on top of it. It is fully loaded. I fully understand that. But you need another video game to access it. It is not a standalone title. You cannot just buy a copy of Shadow of the Erdtree, pop it in your console, and play it. You just cannot do that. You need to not only get the base game, but get through 20 to 40 hours of content, perhaps, before you get to it. And even if you speed run it, you're going to get in there and probably get your ass whooped because you're not going to be strong enough. You're going to need to get some sort of leveling up there in the base game before you get strong enough to not die in one hit to everything in Shadow of the Erdtree. How is that a good idea? It's not. It's just not a good idea. Right? I have this cute little image popped up here, but I want to go to Twitter. All different games, all games that came out this year with some good ass music in every single one. I was very surprised looking at Silent Hill 2 that game with its really good, it was received very well. I'm surprised that didn't hit Game of the Year, But I don't know. It's just so odd to me. And there are a few outliers too, like best performance. Fine. I can't comment on many of these because I haven't played all of them, But I can definitely tell you that Metaphori Fantasio's voice acting, one of them actors deserves to be here. They're not, I mean, again, I haven't played Life is Strange. Star Wars Outlaws got too much negative crap from the wrong crowd, so I can't even tell you if it's a good game or not anymore. But it's just like the Game Awards, the awards part of it, I've never taken super seriously myself. I usually tune in more for the advertisements, which is awful. I shouldn't be tuning in for the ads. I should be tuning in for the show, and the ads should be like a sprinkle of yumminess that you get to put on top. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that the awards themselves, to me, aren't like the most important part of it. They've always felt weird, especially when you think back a couple of, I think last year, was it? When they had Sifu nominated for like fighting game of the year, right? And it's like, I get it, Sifu has fighting in it, but it's not a fighting game. Like, it's just not a fucking fighting game. Why are we putting it in that category? So it's just odd, and here we are again, throwing in a downloadable content, a piece of DLC. Elden Ring already won. Elden Ring was already praised to heaven and far, you know? We don't need to praise it again this year. As good as Shadow of the Erdtree is, nobody will argue that the quality isn't good. Because it is good. It's genuinely fantastic. But yeah, I just think it's a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know. I think next year, if anything, this should be the catalyst to create a best DLC or best expansion category. I know we have best ongoing. I saw it just coming here a little bit. Where is it? We have best ongoing game, and this kind of fits that category, if you will. But not every game is ongoing. You know what I mean? Elden Ring is not an ongoing game. Elden Ring is a game that came out and had a DLC for some reason 2 years later. You know what I mean? Which is not very common. I can't think of another game that came out and like 2 whole ass years later had a really, really good, well-received DLC. I know Cyberpunk had Phantom Liberty, but I feel like that was only a year later. I could be wrong. I forget what year Cyberpunk 1, like the base game, came out. But still, I don't know. Make a new category, call it a day. If you can make fucking best adaptation, if you can award movies and TV shows in your game award show, bro, you can make a best DLC/expansion category. Call it a fucking day. That's my rant. I'm done.